a box. Another box from JayKay18. He sent me more stuff to fix. Let's see what he sent me. I already know. You don't. We got that. And we got this thing. And we got this thing. And that's about it. 3 little items. So, the main reason why he sent me stuff is for this thing. So this is his little Pelletier cooler for his travel case. I guess he takes it with him, I don't know, for shopping or little vacations and stuff like that. So he says that the power supply is going bad. He's already been in it. He says that the caps are bulging, and maybe I can cure the sometimes rattling fan. So it's a dual supply. So you got that kind, and then you got a regular 120 volts. So we got that kind. So we can test the rattlies. So I got a test jig here somewhere. Where are you? That we can plug in the power and see what it sounds like. One, two, three, don't blow up. Running. She's ramping up. Look out! It's gonna blow! She's a runner. Feel heat coming out, so it does work. But the complaint was it's got bulging caps. So these little Pelletier guys, they draw quite a bit of power. So if anything is in question, it's always the crap capacitors, because your electronics are only as good as the crap capacitors that are in it. So we got to open this. So that will be in another video for the opening and diagnostics and repair. So since he contacted me, it's been several weeks I've been waiting for this. I did order a whole capacitor kit. So these are all just about everything you might need. So we got 6.3s, 10s, 16s, 25, 35s, 50s, 63s, 100s, 400, and these are 105C, I believe. I can read one of the caps. Yep. 105C. So They're meant for high temperature situations in high demand. So this is specifically for power supplies and stuff like this. So definitely minus 40 to 105 C. So we'll find something to work with that, and we'll make it good as new again. So that thing is still draws quite a bit of current. I can feel the plug getting warm. So I can feel that warming. Just for giggles, we can plug it in AC too. It's amazing. You plug it in AC, it don't fire up. So it's the AC side that has the problem. DC works, AC no. Because the fan is barely spinning. So we'll unplug that because the AC side's not working and it's trying to draw current that it's not getting. So that's not a good omen for the electronics in there and stuff like that. So then he sent me his little cigarette lighter flashlight that he said he got stuck. He got stuck in it and he couldn't get it back out. You can't tell that's a blue LED. So, I think he pulled it apart and he can't get it back together, so he says, I have the patience to do little things like that. So there's a couple little jiggly bits that have come out. So we got to get the little push button. There's actually a little push button that's coming out. So there we go. Is there a battery in there? I think there's a battery in there. Yep. That's interesting. So we'll fix that. We'll put all the little jiggly bits back in and we'll check it out a little further. So we'd get that back to in new condition for him. And then the final little thing here is he sent me another little tchotchke here. Sent me one of his flaming solar lamps. Oh yeah, look at that. That's disgusting. This is the problem with solar lamps. And it's across the board with all makes and models and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what it is. All the solar panels, they just cloud over, frost over, flake, peel, blah, blah, blah. So this one will definitely have to get rehab if we can get it working again, because that's the problem. It's not working. So there's a bunch of screws in here. They're all rusted and stuff like that. Couldn't get them out, so we'll have to pop them out. Pop them, grind them. We'll get this thing apart. So I believe it's dead, so that's all right. But these things are so common now that they're everywhere now. So I've never seen one. I don't have any, so it'll be a nice little teardown anyway. He says if I can't fix it, I can trash it, burn it, blow it up, whatever I feel that I can do to this thing. So we'll see if we can fix it. Because I don't know what kind of battery is in it. So that's a curiosity. It's even got a little cat hair on it. Meow. So, little introduction video of a couple little items to fix up for JayKay18, and hopefully we'll have another successful round. I believe so. And we'll make this a segment here, so we'll stay tuned. You stay tuned for the next segment, which will be let's fix up JayKay18's little Peltier cooler. So in my last video, and I confirmed it with Jay, the 12 volt side works pretty good. It's the 120 volt side that's not working too well. It's sort of elaborated on that, you know, when I plugged it in and the fan was barely turning and stuff like that. So let's take this apart and crack open the power supply and replace some capacitors. So this is 8 Phillips screws that need to come out. So we'll take them out and we'll take a look on the inside what this guy looks like. Okay, so I got the wires to deal with. So we'll see what we can unplug. Got that kind, we got that kind. So kind of just have to lay everything on top so we can get the power supply, which is under this cover. We got some schmutz. I'm going to see if we can quiet down the fan. Every once in a while it makes a noise. So we'll see what we can do about that. So we got a broken screw brass here, so we'll have to see if we can epoxy that back down. Not that it's critical, but we'll put it back together for them. So this is the power supply, and it's a dual power supply for 120 and 12. Oh, we got some bulgers. We got some bulging caps, that's for sure. So there's not many capacitors in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 400 volt. This is a 100 volt. So this is definitely the AC side. So it's probably this one that's not making it happy. And these 12 volt guys, these guys are bulging, so they're ready to go. And we'll check out this third one here. Even though he's not bulging, he's probably not far off. So 16 volt, 1000 microfarads. They're probably all the same size, but I can't see what they say because they're turned. Yeah, 16 volts. 16 volts. They're all 16 volts, 1000 microfarads. So let's uncage the power supply and get some new capacitors in it. So we can unplug some stuff here. So we'll unplug this, and we'll unplug this. And that stuff is permanently soldered. We'll unplug that. I'm gonna take this off. There's our little power supply. Put the screws over there. Like such. Okay. So, just for giggles, we will test this capacitor. We will test this capacitor and this big one, because we're definitely going to be changing this one, and that one. So the rest of them will check out with my new little toy that I got a couple months ago. That kind. Okay, so let's see, that one's here and here, I think. Yeah. .35. So 0.35 at 16 volts, that should be pretty good. 16 volts, 1000 microfarads. 1000 microfarads, 16 volts, 0.21. So it's a little high, so we'll change it. What was that? Screw? And let's see, this one, that's a 60 volt. I think that's what that says. 60 volt, 10 microfarads. $50 volt. 50 volt, 10 microfarads. 10 volt, 50 microfarads, 50 volt, 10 microfarads. So 10 volt, 50. No worse than 13, and we're at 6, so that's good. That's a good cap. And then our big 400 at 68. One ohm. $400 at 68. Let's see, 68, so in between. Yeah, that's good. That's a good cap. The rest of them are definitely bad. So our 100 volt at 30, 39, really? What kind of oddball is that? .7 ohms, 37. So it's close on microfarads. One ohm. 100 at 30 something. Two. So it's a good cap, but it's bulging, so it's on its way out. And then we got these guys. So this one. That one. Leaky cap, half a ohm, 0.4 ohms. And we got this guy. And circuit leaky. And this one I tested before. So, our good caps, this big one and this little guy, are fine. We're going to change this one and all three of these, and we'll make this wonderful power supply producing power like it should be. So what I like to do is I like to mark which side is the negative sides of these little guys, so I don't forget. This one is facing this way, and the one up above is facing this way. And then this one is facing this way. Okay, so these are 16s and 1000s, so we'll get our little kit out. We need 3 of them. $16 at 1,000, second one down. So these are it. So we got 1, 2, 3. that up, get that out of the way. Okay. So that's marked. That one's marked, and that one's marked. Okay. And then we got this little guy. So unfortunately, I have to work on top of everything, so it is what it is. So in case you don't see everything, I'll widen you out. And we'll get to sucking. Okay, let's see if he pops out. So, label was facing me. Stick him in there. Oh, that's nice that the silk screen does show which side is negative, so that's awesome. That is awesome. Sometimes they don't do that. Okay, that's our first one done. Now we got our second one. Just making sure that the capacitors sit flat on the board, because there is some theory that if caps are elevated, they can do weird things, but it's very seldom, very rare that such something like that would happen to this. So we'll change our final one here. And this one's got a lot of solder around the one leg, or solder. Some people like to say solder, and some people like to say solder. Of course, I'll show you a little size comparison with the old caps, with the old caps versus new caps. So, new caps are a little bit smaller, and that's usually the case with a lot of caps. Pop, pop. Okay, so that takes care of the low voltage side. Now we just got this one capacitor here for the high side. So we'll pluck him out of there. Looks like the bottom plug blew out too, almost. Looks like it's all bulged. It would have started leaking. Not good. So let's see. This one was a... There we go. 100 at 39. That's such an oddball number. 100 at 39. So we'll get our other little kit here for high voltage stuff, or higher. So that was 100 at 30, 38, 39. 100 at 1, 100 at 10, so I think 100 at 35 will work. No, 100, that's not right, you dummy. 100 volts, 39. 100 volts, 100 volts. That's 35. I change this one. Let me reset this one. So we got this guy. Yeah, that might work. Can always go higher in capacity. Because I don't have the exact one. So I got 100 at 10, 100 at 1, and then 100 at 100. So that's the closest one I got. To put two in series, but we'll try this one. Should be fine. Gotta get some schmutz out of the way. Okay, takes care of that. Now we can put it back together. Everything else good? Come here. Things here now. Put the cat back on. Definitely custom. Definitely a custom power supply box. Okay, that's secure. I don't know why all this stuff is all loose. Okay, now for the fan, not really sure about the fan, how you can get access to it. I don't think you can access the fan. How easy to pull off. I don't really know how well it's going to come apart, and I don't want to break it. So it works. It may make a little noise every once in a while. If I can see the shaft, I might be able to put a little oil on it. Can't see the shaft. So it has to be what it was intended to be. Because this fan could be just pressed on, it could be screwed on, I don't really know. We can try, see if it'll twist, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. Leave well enough alone. So, all we gotta do is clean off some of the dust here. And we will plug this in. Make sure it still works. So unplug this, get this out of the way. Get my little tester. 12-volt tester. And we'll turn it on. Am I plugged in here? That's on, that's on. Fuse is good. Am I missing anything? Where'd that screwdriver go? That's right, that's right. That's wrong. Duh. Why did I put it in right, you dummy? Wait for that to warm up. flip that capacitor on. Okay, now we're in better shape. I'll try this again. Okay, try this again. Is there a fuse in here? Yep. So, this is 5 amps. Okay. Have to see if I got one. Might have to get one. That's a little guy too. Let me see if I got one. Aha! 5 amp. Sweet. Sweet. Contact. Try the AC side. AC side works now. DC, no. Feel cool air. This is getting warm. Okay, I gotta figure out what is up with the 12 volt side. So that was working, now that's not working. So let's see, 12 volts goes in here.
Already on auto mode. DC voltage. DC 0.029 volt. DC 40.
Okay. Aha! Excellent! Must be when I popped that fuse, it probably did something to my little switch box here. So let's see, what are we drawing? So my nominal volt amperage is about 4.8, and now I'm almost at 10 amps. So that's quite a bit of amperage. That's getting cold. This is getting hot. This should be getting cold. Yep. Cool. We'll plug in the AC side again. That's working. Cool. Awesome. Put this back together. We'll get this screw boss out. That must have got snapped off. Put that back on. That's getting warm. That's pretty cold. She's working. Nice. So, where'd that screw boss come from? There it is. Reset this one. And we'll put that boss back on. Let's see, where that goes right here. Yep. So I'll glue that back on. Or epoxy, I should say. So, we got a successful repair here, even though I accidentally put a capacitor on backwards, but the fuse did its job. So that is a good thing. And this is getting warm. This is at about 80 degrees, 84, 85, 86. So as that goes up, this should be coming down about 65, 64, 63. So that's working. Okay, so while that is doing that thing, we can check these little capacitors out of circuit now to see how poor they are to wrap up this little segment. In circuit short, so these are shorted, so it's almost 0.03 ohms, so it shows that it's shorted. Definitely a bad one, and that one was bulged at the top. Our second one here, that's not bulged. Measures 942 microfarads at 0.04 ohms. So, can you trust the ohmage? Probably not. And then here's our other one that was bulged. This one says leaky cap, 4 ohms. So that's a bad one. Now, where did that other little black one go? That probably disappeared, and I'll probably never find it. Probably rolled on the floor. I'll never find it. It's probably under something by now, but that one was bulged, even though the in-circuit said it was good, but it's not. So that's one of the screws that fell on the floor. Here it is. So our final one, this is the high voltage side, and this one, it looked like it was starting to blow out its the plug. So we'll test that one to wrap this one up. $1.25 for ohmage, 1.25 ohms, and this one was 39 microfarads, and it says 37. So mathematically it's good, but it's bulged, so it's no good. Just a matter of time. So our little tester works good. This continues to get warmer, so that's awesome. And it gets cooler down here. So this side goes on the inside of the cooler. So another successful repair for Jay's little Peltier junction cooler here. He uses the AC side in the house, and he uses the 12 volt when he's milling around. So we have successfully repaired the power supply. Of course, I had a little snafu. I didn't put the capacitor in right because I wasn't paying attention, but that's what happens. But the fuse did its job. We got a new fuse in. It's working, so he should be happy. Got good quality caps for power supplies and stuff like that. So this should last a very long time. And that's about it for this one. And I'll just get some epoxy. I'll put that screw boss back in, and we'll put this back together, and we'll call it for this one. And then in the next segment, we'll check out something else that he sent. So we're gonna check out Jay's little solar flaming lamp to see why it's not working. So, like I showed in my intro video, the solar panel is nasty and stuff like that. So if we can get this working, we will do something about that. So we got to take this little guy apart. So it's held together with some Phillips heads. That's too big. Take these apart, and I've never taken one of these apart, so I don't even know what's inside of these things. Here are the screws. That out of the way. So we got our little module here. Got some wires to the solar panel. Okay. We got some spider remnants. And we got our little module here. Got some more screws. Oh, cool. So here's our little display board. It's pretty cool. What's he run on? Oh, 18650. That's cool. That's awesome. So this guy, I can't see how many. So if he's drawing, he's probably a 5 volt or a 5.5 volt solar panel. Can't tell him because it's all clouded over and nasty. It's got to be at least 5 volts or 5.5. So, got some wires here. So we got one set of wires. Battery minus, battery plus switch. And that's got to be solar. Yep, S plus, S minus. Okay. So, we'll see if we have any battery voltage.
Already on. Auto mode. AC voltage.
So battery minus. Battery plus. 4.28 volts.
4.280 volt.
So if we are fully charged, battery, does our solar panel say anything? .4 volts.
4.477 volt.
That's interesting. Let's see if I can simulate some light here. Four and a half.
DC 4.501 volt.
So it's probably a 5-volt solar panel if it was clean. Okay. So that leads that it's got power. And apparently it is charging. It may not be charging when the switch is on or off. So apparently, maybe our switch is bad. So there's one easy way to figure that out. We're going to bridge the gap. See if we can get our tweezers to cooperate here. That's right too, it may not. It's probably seen too much light. So we'll have to block that off. Let's see here, what can we block that off? Aha! We got life. It works. And if I take the, yeah, it's working perfectly. So our switch is bad. That's easy. Okay, what's up with our switch? Can we fix our switch or do we bridge it? Now, he looks like he's glued in there. Can we unglue him? Can we pop him out of there? Can we save the switch? Can we take our glue out? Ew. Will this be a no parts fix? Ooh. Green crusties. Ew. Looks like we got a flaw. Oh, the wire's broke. Ew, that's a bad design. I don't know if the switch is still good. We'll find out.
AC voltage capacitance diode measurement.
Switch is corroded. So, can we salvage the switch? Probably not. It's probably a train wreck. Definitely got corrosion in it. We can get some deoxit. See if we can save this switch. So, definitely a flaw in the design. Even though they put that rubber plug, it doesn't keep the water out. So that's a fatal flaw. So if you've got these things and they don't work, of course, if you ain't got the ability to do this kind of tedious work, you know, it's not going to work for you. But what you can do is just chop the wires here and just splice them together, and then your solar light will work like any other solar light without the switch. So we'll put this little guy back together. Let's see if we can put them back together. So that's the button. Then we got this piece, the little ratchet, the spinning ratchet that makes the switch click on and off. Then we got the terminal. We'll put some of this on for what it's worth. And the little cover. We got our clicky clicky. That's good. A little clicky clicky. So, we'll put our wires back on. It doesn't matter which way to go. Okay. Now does it work? Yes, it does. Fantastic. Does it work? Oh, yeah. No parts required. Just a little cleaning. But, like I said, it's a fatal flaw. The switch is going to get wet. It's going to corrode. So if you do have these things, if they're brand new, probably be worthwhile taking them apart and trying to seal. Maybe put some sealer on either side of this thing. Or something. I don't know. It's kind of a bad design. You think they would use a waterproof switch or something like that, but it is what it is. So we'll put that back in there. It just sort of hangs out in there. And then we got this little doodad. Part of the screw boss or something for something, is it? I think it is. Stick that back in there. Well, he just hangs out in there. Does he do any support? Is there a screw? No. He just hangs out. That's fine. That's fine. Put that over there. So, no parts required. That's awesome. So we'll kind of glue that back together, I guess. This is kind of like a caulk. Okay, I got a little card over here because I made up some epoxy to put that screw boss back together. So I'll make some more. So that's the only thing that has any backer for that switch is a little bit of silicone. Okay. So that'll be cured in a couple of minutes. So we can put the screws back in the milky cover here. Stick him back in there. He just hangs out in there like that. There we go. Get in there. So the good note about this is that the spiders can't get in this module here, so they can't screw everything up. But they can make a home everywhere else because this is all full of spiders. So that's a good part, is that they can't get into the electronics and screw that up, and it's pretty weather tight, even though there's no gaskets or seals on it. So that's good. So we'll put that back in there. See where it just hangs out in there. Something like that. There he goes. Nice. So now we got to do something about this solar panel, because this solar panel is nasty. And there's a spider. Let's see if we can pop him out of there. Pop him out, and let's see, the positive side is the white stripe, so we'll take that out. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. So, let's see what we can do with this thing. This is that textured crap. Textured garbage. Let's see. Let's see if I can get some wet dry sandpaper and see if I can buff that up a little bit. That looks way better already. Even though it's dull, you put some clear coat on it, it'll shine right up nice. So, we got the majority of the garbage off of it. And then we do the famous rolling TARDIS solar panel life hack trick. So like I said in my life hack, is that you can use this clear coat, seals, protects, and revitalizes. Also bonds to plastic. And it looks so good. So we gotta let that dry, and then we'll put that back together, and that'll be good to go. So no parts required. Just needed the switch clean. So a fatal flaw for all of these particular flame solar lamps with the on-off button out in the open out there. The water is going to get in through the side, most likely, most generally, and corrode out the switch, and then it's not going to work. So one of them deals. I know Jay brings his in during the winter time, so once he clicked that off, could have been damp. That's it. That was done. It was done for it. So all I'm going to do now is just reassemble this. You already know that it works. So if I were to, it should still work even without the solar panel. Yep. So we'll put the solar panel back on, solder that back on after it dries, and this is a fix and a win. So we'll do the next item in the next segment. So our final segment, we got Jay's little cigarette lighter or PowerPoint, a little flashlight torch that he got stuck, and he just got mad and ripped it right out. He got it out, but he destroyed the flashlight. He says he doesn't have the patience to put it back together. So I was perplexed because I'm looking at this thing, and I tried it in several different ports as it is right now, and I couldn't get it to stick. Couldn't get it to get stuck, and it wouldn't. Could not reproduce Jay's issue. So it's got to be a Toyota thing. Flipping Toyotas. So, in reality, I only see one little issue that may cause a hang-up. And it's, like right now, it's, oh, I see what happens. So the little kippies there get stuck. So they're not quite rounded off. I see. That's how it gets stuck. Now I see. It's not a Toyota thing. It's universal. So if your PowerPoints have them square cutouts in them, the damn thing is going to get stuck in there. I see. Okay. Well, that's a simple fix, though. Of course, everything's simple here in the laboratory wackiness. But first, before we fix that, we need to put this back together because he just literally ripped it apart. He also distorted the nut. So luckily it's only going back in plastic, so it probably won't matter if it's perfect. But we got to get that little bugger back together. So that's that part. There's a little button. That's the part he was having trouble with, is getting the button and all the little jiggly bits back together. So we got that. This is the lens that pushes it down. So that can only go one way. Okay, we got it back together. So, the fatal flaw of these things is that these things ain't quite round enough. Well, they're not. They don't have a taper to them. So if you're where'd it go? So if your cigarette lighter or power point has notches in it like that, square holes, and that's probably what he's got on his Toyotas, is that his PowerPoint cigarette lighter's probably got a notch similar to this. So when you stick it in there, and he says he would just stick it in there and just tickle it to the little blue LED comes on, but he probably jammed it in there one day, and it just happened to be a perfect storm where they locked, and you can see if they're in there, they're not coming out without having to manhandle it. And of course, you can't pull it out. So it's kind of a flaw. It's a design flaw. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the rotary tool, and we're going to get a little cutting wheel, and we're going to make them little points wedge shaped. And then that should be another no parts fix. So we'll do a little dentistry. Okay, now we'll see if that made an improvement. Most definitely. Still a little tight. There. That one's needs a little more work. Okay, that should be a lot better. Tried all 4 points, and it's not getting hung up. And it still works. So we'll see if it still charges, and we'll call this another win. Got our blue light. And it doesn't get stuck no more. So kind of a little of the factory defect. Should have done some research on how PowerPoints are designed, and probably had this apparatus up a little higher. And it would only have to go in, you know, maybe another eighth of an inch higher. Or it could have gone lower. So it wouldn't get stuck. Because that's what was happening, was getting stuck. So Jay can, I think Jay says he's got another one of these things, so he'll have to do the same apparatus, same procedure, because like I said, he was just like sticking in there just ever so slightly just to get the little blue LED to come on, and then he's like, that's good. And then I guess one day he just jammed it in there, and he's like, so he just yanked it apart. So, another fix, another win. So, that's it for this long duration video. Thanks for watching, and Jay, hope you enjoy all your fixed up stuff. Your cooler is fixed. Your solar flame light is fixed with no parts required, and the solar panel looks like a solar panel. And then your little travel light. So for the rest of you, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.